What we just saw was a Kentucky team that continues to show how they have been able to move themselves up in these SEC ranks.
And in her first college performance, I'd say that was pretty spectacular from Ella Warren.
As he said, we need to do better on the road if we're going to be considered a serious contender for an SEC title.
Wins are hard to come by in SEC gymnastics, and especially on the road, but that's exactly what the number 6 Kentucky Wildcats did tonight against the 16th ranked Auburn Tigers.
That is very impressive for Kentucky. Their program has really grown in the past 5 years.
Nice block off the horse.
There it is.
And that was the stick they were looking for.
Okay, so our preseason is a 3-month period of time where we come back together, and obviously they're starting academics, so we've got the class load, but then also we have to start training again, and we start going through all the different phases. We have 4 different phases of preseason. So we start with skills and sequences, and then we start putting together half routines, and then we start putting together full routines, and then we start putting them under pressures of competition. So preseason is an extremely important time where we can, like I said, we get back together, but we also prepare for our season, which comes up in early January, and we need to be ready to go when that season starts. So preseason is an extremely important time to check off a lot of boxes, and these girls are doing a really nice job of it this year.
Preseason is the span of time, about 4 months, where the girls are practicing and they are preparing for the long season ahead of us. And it's super important because our season is about 14 weeks long, and the preseason period is a time for them to be physically and mentally strong and prepare for that long journey.
Preseason is a time for the team to really get into gear for a season, and it's a time for us to get our skills and everything perfectly, so that way when we step out on the floor, we're ready to go. During regular season meets, we have different goals depending on the meet. Like sometimes it might be, we want to hit every single landing, not moving on a certain event, or we want to hit a certain score, which 50 would be the best, so we try to shoot for like a 49, somewhere in there.
I would say some of our main goals is just to, one, always keep the energy up, because we always do our best when our energy is just up and going, and 2, obviously stay consistent as a team, do what we know how to do in the gym and just perform it out there at the arenas, and 3, we want to make nationals this year. We made it last year, we want to prove to everyone that we can make it again. So
we had a great season last year. Obviously, we're looking to build on that season this year, and for us to be able to do that, some of our goals are to challenge for the SEC championship, for the regular season championship, and also for the tournament championship. So those are the goals. Now, to achieve those goals, we're going to have to be really solid from week 1 all the way through the season. So we're going to be finishing up this preseason strong, hopefully getting into season and really achieving at a very high level from start to finish.
There's different points in the season where they need to peak at, and the first couple of meets is when they are working on that consistency and finding who's supposed to be in the lineup. And then as we gear towards more postseason, that's when they need to start peaking.
RQS stands for Regional Qualifying Score, and basically there's 6 different scores that make up that. So even though we compete 12 times during the season, our regional qualifying score consists of 3 away scores and then 3 any other. So it could be 3 away and 3 home, or it could be all 6 away. And then you take the high score from that group, you throw it out, you average the 5, and that basically gives you an average of where you are and what you should be represented as far as an average score. You take that, and wherever you stack up with the rest of the teams in the country, that determines your ranking going into regionals. And we're trying to be what's either a 1 or a 2 seed going into the regional championships, like we've done it for the past 2 seasons. Okay, the process is different this year than it's ever been. So last year it was 6 regions, 6 different teams. Top 2 teams come out and you go to the national championships. This year it's a little different. There's a regional and then a super regional in the same weekend, which qualified to the national championship. So you have 4 different regional sites. You have 8 teams represented in each regional. You have 2 different competitions. It's going to be difficult, so follow me through this. So you have 4 teams compete in the afternoon session, 4 teams compete in the evening session. The top 2 teams out of each of those sessions move on to the super regional, which is the second day, which will be Sunday. Of those 4 teams, the top 2 teams come out of each of those 4 regions to go to national championship. So basically you have 8 teams that go to the national championship.
I think the biggest biggest challenge that we have faced as a team was not making it to nationals our sophomore year. It was kind of a heartbreaker because we had such a great season and it was kind of a breakout year for us, and then to not make it all the way was kind of devastating, so we came back the next year and made it.
I'd say the team has faced a lot of adversity, especially when I came in my freshman year, because Kentucky was more up and coming and we had yet to make nationals. And so I feel like we've been proving a lot of people wrong perspective-wise on our gymnastics, and that we can score and that we can be good as a team and that we can be a national championship winning team.